Welcome to Research Technique series. We come to the main question which was asked by many. What should be the sample size? How many people should we survey? I simply give you a simple funda, which is a thumb rule. With my experience and with the debates which I have participated at the international level, what should be the thumb rule? The thumb rule is sample size should be 5% of the population. Thumb rule is 5% of the population. Now, you can't reduce the sample size, but you can reduce the population. Now, for instance, if I want to survey, I was telling that whenever what should be it should be 5% of the population. Now, say I want to survey Mumbai people. Roughly, let's say Mumbai population is 1 crore. And if I go by thumb rule, the 5% of 1 crore is 5 lakhs. So can I survey 5 lakh people? I cannot reduce the sample size 5% sample size. But I can reduce my population. Reducing population doesn't mean that I will start killing the people. No. I will start reducing it with my problem. Now, first of all, say I have a problem that I want to sell. Say I want to say selling my laptop bags. I want to sell laptop bags. This is my problem. I say an example. See, children will not be able to buy the laptop bags. Older people will not be able to buy the laptop bags. Then who is going to buy the laptop bag? Those who are going to office, those who are going to colleges. So it means the people below the age of 20 have no meaning for me. And people above the age of, say, 70, no meaning. Person above the age of 70, 75 is going to be at home. So I am going to reduce my population from people in Mumbai between the age of 20 to 70. But still this population will be 50 lakhs. What I will do, I will reduce the population further. I will add another variable to this, graduates. Those who are graduates between the age of 20 to 70. This again will be my population will be 25 lakhs. I will add another variable to this. People going to office. So that my population will be 10 lakhs. Now, then again, 5% of 10 lakhs will be a big issue for me to survey. I can't survey. What I will add, I will say people between the age of 20 to 70 who are graduates but going to corporates only. My population will be hardly 50,000. But 50,000 ka 5% is again 2,500. It will be a big issue for me. Then what I will do, I will again reduce my population, saying those who are earning above 50,000, so that I may get my audience with this, so that I may get proper idea. My population will be 5,000. 5,000 of 5% is 250. I can survey 250. Please do not reduce the sample size, reduce the population. You will say, my problem will change. No, your problem will not change. Reduce the population. Adjust the population. Let it be anything, probability sampling, non-probability sampling, whatever is there, but you decide about the population. First, you decide about the population. Now, sometimes it is very difficult. Sometimes it is very difficult to know about the population. Then what to do? Say there is a new area. I want to survey. I don't know what is the population. But what is the population? I don't know. I have no idea. Then in that case, you please decide what should be your sampling error. How much error you are able to, how much error you can have with your thesis, with your prediction, with your forecast. Say you want that 10% error, mujhe chalega, and you decided that I am ready to have this 10% error. Okay, you want that confidence level. What is confidence level? The area around the mean. I have shown you the diagram. Area around the mean is said you want that it should be 95%. So your confidence level, which I want to say, my probability of happening, that one with 95%. Okay. Now with 95%, I will tell you the central limit theorem. I have not told you. With the central limit theorem, which is by using the central limit theorem means how many my last limit, or how many standard deviation it is away from the mean. That is also decided by your confidence. That is approximately 1.96. We call it Z. Z is 1.96. Okay, 1.96. Now confidence level, I'll come back to again with this slide. Those who are new to this normal distribution, 95%, Z is 1.96. So my sample size will be 1.96 using that formula which I have told you. What is that formula? Sample size is equal to Z upon E whole square. Okay, so this will be 1.96 divided by 0.10. Well, 0.10, 10% means 0.10 whole square. So if I calculate it, so this will come out to be 19.6 into 19.6, approximately 380. Now, if you decide my sample error, I'm ready to accept. See, other errors will also be there. But sample error, if I'm ready to accept, is my sampling size should be 384. Now, if you don't know about the population, if you know the population, very good. Start. Try to find out. Now, from where you will know the population? From websites, municipal offices. They have the census. They have the records. Everything is available. Go to Talati office, go to other offices. They have the records. Old records are there, new records are there, or many agencies, they also maintain that is, we call it secondary data. You will have to depend upon that secondary data. What is my sample? What is going to be my sample size? Know the population. From the population, you please decide about 5% of the population. Reduce the population. But if you don't know anything about the population, go by this formula. Now, if by this formula, if your sample size, say you want to have only the error 5%. Say if the error is 5%, if error is 5%, then what will be the sample size? sample size will be 1.96 divided by 0.05 whole square. So it will be something you can calculate yourself how much it comes. You can calculate yourself 1.96 divided by 0.05. So it will be 38 into 38. 6. You don't know anything, but you know the proportion of the people. Say you want to know how many people in this area who are smokers, and you want to study the smokers, and you have got some idea that from the literature or from the government sites or this, that 40% people in this village, they are smokers. And how many people you will, what should be the sample size? Then in that case, sample size will be, if you know the proportion, so 1.96 raised to power 2, I'm giving you the formula on my next slide, multiplied by your proportion. Proportion say 40%, and not smoking into 0.60 divided by your error, that is 0.10 whole square. So if you multiply this and you calculate the answer, it's somewhere it will come as 100, 200 become very survey. So these are the two formulas which we usually, which people have used. See that there are maybe many more techniques. There may be many more techniques, but these are the two. Usually the formula I have seen many PhD theses, many international level research papers also I have seen. People use this formula. Yeah, I have used this formula to calculate my sample size. So there are three methods with you. One, go with the population. This should be your first preference. Try to find out the population, reduce the population, manageable. And then if you don't know the population, go by this 384, by this method. Second method, proportion method, which you can calculate the sample size. This is the proportion area, the formula which I have given you. This slide, dear research scholars, please note each research problem, whether medical, engineering, natural sciences, social sciences, including economical, human behavior, and psychological, are unique in nature. Each problem needs to be handled and analyzed with specific methodology. Each technique which I am going to take is general in nature and should be used under expert advice if you are a beginner. Learn the techniques and use your expertise specific to your problem wherever required. Further, you may submit your research work at Journal of Global Economy, www.rcssindia.org. Your work is evaluated by peers with double-blind methodology. You will get comments for your work. Continue learning. Thank you.